Strangely enough, I am broke again. I wonder why. Please excuse this very awful sweater and my voice if it happens to be weird. I'm still getting over a cold. I'll be adding all of these books to my newly put together TBR basket. But yeah, let's get started with the Irresponsibility and Broken Dreams, shall we? The first item in this long list slash pile of books is a sequel to a book I already have, and that is A Dog's Journey in the Dog's Purpose series. I have the first book by Bruce Cameron, and I've already watched the movies and all that, and I just didn't own this book yet, so I got it. I really enjoyed the movies, but nothing beats the books for some reason. I just want to get all the books as well. I just really enjoy the books. They're so heartwarming, and as I've said before, the narrative is the best part. So yes. Thank you, used bookstore. Continuing the dog theme, we have Rennie the Rescuer by Felix Salten, who wrote Bambi, the original book. And this is a special, very special book, because I've actually read this a long time ago when I was a little kid. I got it from a library, and it was, at the time, one of the longest books I'd ever read, because it was beyond my level at the time. And I'm so glad to be reunited with this book. It was so important to me. It's just one of those classics that sticks with you later on, and when you just get these feelings of nostalgia later on if you ever see the book again, which I'm very lucky to have seen this and bought it. It's basically about, as far as I remember, this German Shepherd who's being raised to help in the war or help with medical things, and it's very similar to White Fang by Jack London, which another classic that I love, so I can't wait to add this to my reading list. The Alex Rider series by Anthony Horowitz is one of my favorite series of all time. And I read it via the library during middle school. The series follows Alex, the main character, who is a spy, and he saves the world repeatedly in adrenaline-packed adventures. I feel like I'm not the target demographic almost, but I'm the target age, so whatever. I love this series, and I can't wait to get all of it. What if Sherlock Holmes was the boy next door? Well, Ellie Marney is answering that with her book, Every Breath. And I found this in the bookstore. I kind of flipped through it. I looked at the cover, which is very nice. I like the texture of it. I love Sherlock Holmes. I have this gigantic collection of Sherlock Holmes. And I really like the idea of like a modern twist on it, with this female lead and her very strange neighbor getting caught up in a murder mystery. I hope this is worthwhile. I hope it turns out as good as I'm imagining it in my head. This is one of the picks that I know nothing about. I just know the basic premise and I just picked it up. Moving on to a classic, we have Charlotte's Web. I've only read this book once. It was way back in elementary school, and I just really wanted to own it. And in an amazing lapse of judgment, I got the first book in the Nancy Drew series over again, even though I already have this one. I got it because I love the cover, and it's like some special edition thing, but I regret this one. Next up is the fourth book in the Pewter Angel series by Henry K. Riplinger, The Angelic Occurrence. The story behind how I started getting into the series is pretty interesting. I actually met the author and got the first book signed. Him and one of his fans kind of tag teamed me, convincing me to buy the first book, and now I have it, and I'm still reading the series to this day. I love it. This one is actually a lot longer than the other books in the series I've read so far, and stuff goes down for sure. After decades apart, Henry and Jenny's lives are poised to intersect yet again, when Henry's oldest son brings his new girlfriend home to meet the family. Bearing an unusual resemblance to Henry's first love, her name, Camilla, is not just unusual, it's also the same name Jenny had vowed to name her own daughter one day. So yeah, stuff goes down, more drama than ever, I'm hoping. The Pewter Angels series is a very weird but ordinary series, if I may say. It follows the lives of the main character Henry from when he's a teenage boy and meets this other main character Jenny, and it's like a ripple effect throughout their lives, who they affect, the world around them, how the characters evolve. It has a bit of fantasy in it, strangely enough. I was really surprised to see that, or maybe it's just one big metaphor, I don't know. But I've been told it has a very, very satisfying conclusion, so I hope to get to that end. Oh man, that is 600 pages, isn't it? I'm sure it'll be worth it. Yet another example of me hopping onto the hype train slightly late is Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. This was really popular, was it 2013? I can't remember, but I picked it up because of the similarities to John Green and his writing. Very clear similarities to The Fault in Our Stars specifically. I was convinced to buy this. I was very convinced to buy this when I read the foreword by the author of the book. Which starts with, "I have no idea how to write this stupid book." So standing in the bookstore, I flipped through the foreword, and by the end I decided, yeah, this is definitely going to be worth my money. I'm looking forward to reading this because I do love some wacky comedy. And that concludes my very irresponsible book haul. I don't regret buying any of these books. I know that the majority of them I'm going to enjoy. There's a long winter ahead of us here in Canada, and the more books the better, you know? That's the philosophy I apparently live by. So thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I'll see you next week.